Assalamualaikum, I am IRSALINA binti MAHAMAD RAMZI, my metric number 297942. Today, I will be presenting my research entitled Determinant of Online Shopping Demand Among UUM Students. This presentation will cover 5 chapters with particular focus on Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, which discuss the result and key findings of the study. Now, I will proceed to the background of study. Online shopping has experienced rapid growth globally, including in Malaysia, due to advancement in internet technology, digital payment system, and logistics services. Among the most active users of online shopping platform are university students who are generally more technological literate and comfortable with digital transaction. In the context of University Utara Malaysia, the campus is located relatively far from major urban centers. As a result, students often rely on online shopping platforms to fulfill their daily needs, such as clothing, food items, study material, and electronic products. This makes online shopping demand particularly relevant among UUM students. Previous studies have suggested that factors such as price competitiveness, student income level, and perceived utility play an important role in influencing online shopping behavior. Therefore, this study focuses on examining how these factors affect online shopping demand among UUM students. Despite many studies on online shopping behavior, previous findings remain inconsistent. Some studies find price as the most important factor, while others emphasize income or utility. In Malaysia, studies focusing specifically on public university students, especially UUM students, are still limited. Additionally, students have different primary source of income, which may influence their purchasing behavior differently. Thus, there is a lack of empirical evidence explaining online shopping demand among UUM students. Based on these issues, this study addresses three main research questions, which are: does gender influence price, income, and utility factors? Do different income sources affect online shopping behavior? And lastly, do price, income, and utility significantly influence online shopping demand? This study is grounded in two main economic theories. The first theory is the theory of demand, which explains how consumer purchasing decisions are influenced by change in price and income. According to this theory, when price decrease or purchasing power increase, the quantity demanded tend to increase, indicating that consumers are sensitive to price changes. In the context of online shopping, studies such as Mokhtar et al. 2020 found that students are highly responsive to discount and promotional offer, reflecting a high degree of price elasticity. The second theory applied in the study is the utility maximization theory, which explains that consumers make purchasing decisions in order to maximize satisfaction within their limited budget. In online shopping, this means that students choose the combination of price, convenience, and perceived satisfaction that provide the highest utility. For example, when platforms such as Shopee offer flash sale, students experience higher satisfaction due to lower prices and greater perceived value, which encourage more frequent online shopping. For the empirical framework, there are reviews previous studies that found price sensitivity, income differences, and perceived utility are key factors influencing online shopping. For instance, Maria et al. 2023 found income positively affect purchase behavior, while Ofari and Appiah Nemo 2019 showed that perceived price fairness impact consumer trust. Utility-related study like Chelvarayan et al. 2021 also confirmed that convenience and perceived usefulness strongly shape students' online shopping attitude. Finally, the hypotheses were formulated for the independent sample t-test, while which the H0, there is no significant difference between gender in those three factors for online shopping demand among UM students. And H1, there is a significant difference between gender in these three factors for online shopping demand among UM students. For one way or another, H0, there is no significant differences between primary source of income and three factor of online shopping demand among UUM students. In H1, there is significant differences between primary source of income on three factors of online shopping demand among UM students. And then multiple regression analysis indicates whether three factors have no significant relationship with demand for online shopping, which is H now. For H1, there are significant relationship of three factors of demand for online shopping. In Chapter 3, Research Methodology, this chapter explains how the study was designed and conducted. The conceptual framework shows three independent variables, which are price, income, and utility factors that influence the dependent variable, which is online shopping demand. The research design is quantitative using a structured questionnaire distributed via Google Form. And then the population includes undergraduate students from all three colleges in UUM, which are COB, CAS, and Colgis. And a total of 184 respondents participate using simple random sampling. Next, the questionnaire had five sections. Next, the questionnaire had five sections, demographic data, and four variables. Responses were measured using 5-point Likert scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. For data analysis, SPSS version 25 was used. The main tests applied were independent t-tests to compare gender differences, one-way ANOVA to test the effect of income source, and multiple regression to examine how price, income, and utility jointly influence online shopping demand. In Chapter 4, it's about data analysis and findings. In this chapter, I present and interpret the findings from the independent sample t-test, one-way ANOVA, and multiple regression analysis. The significance level used for all statistical tests is 0.05, meaning any p-level less than or equal to 0.05 indicates a significant relationship. First, independent sample t-test. The independent sample t-test was conducted to determine if there are significant differences between gender with the price, income, and utility factor that influence online shopping behavior. For the price factor, the p-value was 0.341, which is greater than 0.05. This indicates that the difference between male and female students' perception of price is not significant. Therefore, the H null is not rejected, suggesting that both gender respond similarly to online price and discount. For the income factor, the p-value was 0.682, which also greater than 0.05, meaning the difference is not significant. Hence, the H null is again not rejected. Both male and female students perceive their income as influencing online shopping behavior to a similar degree. For the utility factor, the p-value was 0.294, which is still above 0.05. Thus, there is no significant difference in utility perception between genders, indicating that both female and male students derive similar satisfaction and enjoyment from online shopping. So, has now not rejected. In conclusion, since all p-values exceed 0.05, the t-test results show that gender does not significantly influence student perception of price, income, and utility in online shopping. And this means male and female students at UUM share similar preference and motivation for engaging in e-commerce. Next, one-way ANOVA test was conducted to determine whether student primary source of income such as MARA, JPA, PTPT, and parental support or part-time work affects their perception of the price, income, and utility factor in online shopping. For the price factor, the p-value was 0.391, which is greater than 0.05. This indicates that there is no significant difference in price perception among students from different income sources. Therefore, the null hypothesis is not rejected, meaning that students perceive online prices similarly regardless of their income source. For the income factor, the p-value was 0.186, which is also greater than 0.05, indicating that the differences among students with different income sources are not statistically significant. Hence, the null hypothesis is not rejected, meaning that the source of income does not significantly influence how students perceive the impact of income on their online shopping behavior. For the utility factor, the p-value was 0.413, which is greater than 0.05, showing no significant difference among different income groups. Thus, the null hypothesis is not rejected, implying that students, regardless of income sources, experience similar level of satisfaction and enjoyment from online shopping. In summary, the ANOVA result indicates the none of factors such as price, income, or utility show a significant difference across student income sources. The last one is multiple regression analysis. The analysis examines how the price, income, and utility factor collectively influence the demand for online shopping among UUM students. The R-squares value of 0.765. This means that approximately 76.5% of the variation in online shopping demand can be explained by the three independent variables. The remaining 23.5% is due to other factors not included in this model. From the output, the equation becomes demand for online shopping equal to 1.019 plus 0.095 price factor plus 0.248 income factor plus 0.429 utility factor. Looking at each independent variable for the price factor, the standardized beta coefficient was 0.095 with a p-value of 0.220, which is greater than 0.05. This shows that the price factor has no significant influence on the demand for online shopping. Therefore, the null hypothesis is not rejected. For the income factor, the standardized beta coefficient was 0.248 with a p-value of 0.002, which is below 0.05. This indicates a significant positive relationship between income and online shopping demand. The null hypothesis is rejected, confirming that students with higher or more stable financial sources are more likely to shop online. This supports demand theory, which states that higher income leads to greater demand for goods. For the utility factor, the standardized beta coefficient was 0.426 with a p-value of 0.000, also below 0.05. This shows that the utility factor has a strong and significant positive effect on online shopping demand. The null hypothesis is rejected, meaning that higher satisfaction, convenience, and enjoyment significantly increase student likelihood of shopping online. Among all variables, utility is the stronger predictor of online shopping demand. Overall, the regression analysis indicate that both income and utility significantly influencing the demand for online shopping among UUM students at the 5% significance level, while price does not. This suggests that students' online shopping behavior is shaped more by their financial capacity and the satisfaction they derive rather than by price differences. In summary, the findings of this study show that gender differences do not significantly affect online shopping demand among UUM students. Similarly, students with different primary sources of income demonstrate no significant differences in their perception of price, income, and utility factor. However, the multiple regression analysis confirmed that price, income, and utility are significant determinants of online shopping demand. Among this factor, utility is identified as the most influential predictor. This study contributes academically by filling a research gap and provide practical implications for marketers targeting university students. Despite its contribution, the study has limitations such as focusing only on UUM students and relying on self-reported response. Future studies are recommended to include more universities' additional verbal and qualitative approach for deeper insight. In conclusion, online shopping demand among UM students is primarily influenced by price, income, and utility rather than demographic differences.